go, 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 go. Oh, that was a driver mistake.
$4,000 front and rear pneumatic locking differentials.
Versus, got it. $800-ish used OEM e-locker differential.
Does more expensive mean more better?
Let's find out.
Big old thank you to eBay Motors for sponsoring today's video. Today I wanted to take some time and talk to you about protection. Protection for your car, Nolan. We all know it's important to stay safe when you're off-roading in your truck, but it's also important to stay safe when you're shopping online, and that's why we like eBay Motors. They're not just some online car dealership looking to flip car after car. eBay's invested in making the sales cycle honest and trustworthy with great features like eBay's money-back guarantee. It doesn't cost you anything and it covers your purchase price plus original shipping on eligible purchases. They even offer to send out licensed, trained inspectors to validate that the car you're interested in buying is the real thing. You could almost say that eBay protects you as well as the armor on high truck.
Low truck is better.
High truck's armor is better, Nolan. Everything on this car is better. That's the whole premise of the show. Anyway, if you're looking for a safe and secure place to buy parts, click the link in the description or download the eBay Motors app today. Now, let's get back to the show.
We bought two nearly identical Toyota Tacomas and we've been modifying them to be fun daily drivers that you can take literally anywhere.
Except for the ocean. One taco gets expensive parts and one gets cheap parts.
Then we test them to see which components are worth spending your hard-earned money on.
Your differential allows your wheels to spin at different speeds, which is great for taking corners and regular street driving. But when driving off-road, if one tire loses traction, horsepower always takes the path of least resistance, causing a bunch of annoying tire spin. And one way to stop this from happening is by temporarily locking your differential, or differentials if you have a four-wheel drive vehicle.
High truck is getting both front and rear ARB pneumatic locking differentials, aka air lockers.
And because this system is pneumatic, it also requires the purchase of a compressor system. Altogether, this entire kit costs $4,157.
Ouch. Low truck, on the other hand, is getting a used OEM Toyota electronic locker, aka an e-locker, and only on the rear axle. This is the locker that came from the factory for you to upgrade at the time of purchase. But if you bought a used truck that didn't come with a factory locker, you can find a complete axle assembly with the differential included for about $800. All right, James, your setup is very impressive. It's very shiny. There's blue anodized parts. It looks awesome. But there is a $3,000 difference between our kits. And I'm not so sure there's gonna be a $3,000 difference in performance.
Well, Nolan, there's only one way to find out. Let's put these parts on and go continue to beat the crap out of these trucks that Donut bought for us.
All right, before we go any further, let's talk about something that every car you've ever driven has. It's a differential. And whether your car is powered by its front wheels, its rear wheels, or four-wheel drive, the axle that is powered has a differential. Now, open differentials are very useful because they allow your wheels to turn at different speeds, which is really important if you want to do things like take turns. When you turn, your wheels need to go at different speeds because the distance that they're traveling is different. It's just when you lose traction that an open differential really sucks. Okay, so you can see passenger side tire, all sorts of grip. But because the driver's side tire doesn't have any grip, all the power's going there and they're not going anywhere. And with a locking differential, you can lock your axles together and the power will equally go to both, which means the one that has grip would spin and propel them forward. But without a locking diff, you can't really do that. And there's basically two options when it comes to a locker. There's an electronic version and there's a pneumatic version, or an air-powered version. This truck has an e-locker from the factory, an e-locker being an electronic locker. So we're gonna do a little hand-me-down situation with Low Team, and we're gonna give them our rear e-locker. We're gonna take their axle that has no locker, and we're gonna install a pneumatic locker on our rear axle, and on our front axle. So we're gonna have lockers on the front and rear. I think this is gonna be the biggest performance increase in terms of off-roading that you can really do. I mean, tires are great and everything, but these lockers, we're gonna be unstoppable.
We're leaking. Our rear end's, oh God.
You got a leaky rear end.
We got a leaky rear end, and it's getting all over the place, and I don't like it.
Been there, man.
Keep jacking.
All right, so this is our front new differential, our rear differential. Then we've got basically rebuild kits. Then we've got our air compressor setup and manifold. And then finally we've got a switch panel so we can turn the whole thing on. There are a lot of little odds and ends, a lot of moving parts to this whole setup. So we really have a lot to do.
All right, the rear end is in. All that's left to do right now is just kind of torque everything down, check the specs, make sure it's all solid. One important detail, if you're getting an e-locker setup of your own from a junkyard, when you pull that rear end from a truck, you gotta pull the front differential as well, so you know for sure that your gear ratios are gonna match up.
So I've got a small hunch that we could probably save a little bit of time by just checking the gear ratio from both high and low truck to see if they match. If they match, then low truck doesn't have to swap our front diff, which is gonna save us probably 4 or 5 hours of work.
Oh my God, the beef is almost too strong. I wish I was Will Smith for my robot, you know? Just like one mechanical arm that would be super strong and like do this kind of stuff with no problem.
I wish I was Jaden Smith from real life so I could cuddle with my dad.
It's looking like we have the same gear ratios in the front and back, so we will not have to change out our front differential, which is a huge f***ing relief. Working on that front diff, huh?
Done front diffing it, baby.
Gonna have to drop it? Yeah, we're not gonna have to do any of that. Sucks.
Yeah, I know, you're not gonna get to do any of that. You're gonna be stuck at the f***ing practice
rear
range.
locker is all you
Right.
need. A rear locker is all you need, man.
We are back in the Inglewood Propulsion Laboratory. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Low team is almost done. We are just getting started.
There's a lot of work. A lot of work ahead of us.
We've got a new wiring loom for our e-locker. We don't have to take the wiring loom out of high truck. We got this brand new from Dark Illusions Fabrication. You can find them on Instagram. This whole setup cost us about 120 bucks. Very budget friendly.
So basically what we've got going on here is the compressor that compresses air, and then that compressed air is sent through this hose to this manifold, which just holds a bunch of compressed air. And then these two solenoids are responsible for basically turning on or off our front and rear locker. So we'll say this one goes to the front and this one goes to the rear. And then right here, we've got a trick little quick disconnect that we've got an air hose for, so we can also like fill up our tires after we air down from right here. That'll be pretty handy.
Plan of attack, figure out our routing. I'm just gonna follow the factory wiring under the car, in through the cabin and up to our dash area. So we'll have you work on fitting the switch in the dash here. That should look great in that factory spot there.
Feels solid on there.
Dude, good job, man.
Satisfying click, it's labeled well.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I'm making a quick and dirty bracket to mount up our switch panel motherboard, the brain for our switches. Our lockers, our future lights and stuff like that will be wired into this, and then from this runs a cable into our cabin, which will be where our switches are. The only thing is, I gotta mount it somewhere and I don't really have any good options. So I'm just gonna make a quick bracket. I've got this template. I'll just cut off a little extra and I'm just gonna mount it and make a little tiny shelf.
So without further ado, let's see if this locker actually works.
Try to spin that.
Can't. Go ahead and unlock, Darren. See, it's still locked, but there we go. See, it's finicky.
Good stuff, boys. I wish my life was this easy.
Yeah, now you guys gotta go home.
We got plenty of work. You wanna help?
Are you hungry for more high-low merch? Well, have I got a shirt for you. Yoda's Tacos. They're the dirtiest tacos around. Get it in black. get it in white. Or get them both, because they're only $29.99 at donutmedia.com. If you don't get the joke already, go back to school. But Toyota Tacoma, Yoda's Tacos, they're the trucks we drive on high-low. I really like this design. More to come, donutmedia.com.
Now what we're gonna do is we're set up to check our backlash. Backlash is the amount of free play in the system. We took measurements of the backlash of this differential before we pulled it apart. So our target is to get within that same tolerance range with our new locking differential installed in the OEM housing. If we don't, we're pulling this back apart, putting new shims in and trying again. Since we don't have the tool to go in here and measure backlash from the ring gear itself, we're gonna hold the ring gear and measure backlash from the input shaft. So if we did everything right, we would expect the needle to end up between the 15 and the 20. All right, let's see how we do. How bad is that?
We're not going home anytime soon, my friend.
It's over 3 times the amount of backlash that we need.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We ain't got no backlash. All right, you know what they say. 4th time's the charm, so we're gonna be perfect here, because I just landed that.
It's under.
Well, we're close. 5th try is gonna be the charm. 7th try is the charm, baby.
7 tries the charm.
23rd try is the charm. Oh, it's happening?
It is, man.
It's really happening?
It is.
Fun and games are over. It's 3:30 in the morning and I'm still here. The truck is back together, but I'm gonna go catch a few hours of sleep right here.
All right, we are back in Gorman at our secret testing facility to test out the E-Locker in low truck and the air lockers in high truck.
You guys might remember from the last time that we did this, that if you get enough momentum, you can just kind of huck it up this hill pretty easily. But when you're on a trail, you aren't just hucking it. A lot of times you're in places that you aren't familiar with. So you're going really slow, being cautious. And for that reason, we are limiting our speed to 5 miles an hour.
Now, having your lockers engaged puts a lot of undue stress on a lot of components, so you only engage them when you need them. So we're gonna get started with all our differentials unlocked, and we're gonna get to the point of loss of traction. We're gonna get ourselves stuck, and then we're gonna engage our lockers and hopefully climb right out.
Okay, and they're off.
Okay, first big divot coming up. Keep it between the cones, Aaron. You're good, you're good, you're good. Oh man.
You should probably slow down a little.
What the hell? Why is it going?
I think our locker's engaged, dude.
No, look. Oh, it's engaged.
It's locked in the locked position. We gotta get it unlocked for this test. The light is always on the switch. So that's annoying.
What do you think it is? Any ideas?
I don't know this. Aaron crawled under the truck and had me hitting the switch in both the off and on position, and you can hear the actuator working, so I don't think it's an electrical issue. So we just got to figure out how to use this very finicky component.
4 low, no lockers. See if they get stuck.
Rock and roll.
There it is. All right.
Well, she's stuck.
Do we try to engage the locker now?
Okay.
Dude. No, it's not locked.
They might be stuck again.
Oh, they might be open again.
I think we found a pretty big flaw in the system. There's no indicator light. So it's kind of hard to tell if it's on or off.
Dangerous.
Yeah, boys. Now that it's engaged, we should be able to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're locked, dude. We're locked.
Come on. That's a hard part there.
All right, so for this first run, we are in 4 low with both diffs open. We're gonna go real slow.
Get ourselves good and stuck.
Get ourselves good and stuck.
Keep her at this slow ass creep.
Should get stuck right there.
There we go. Okay.
Officially stuck.
Now it's time to use these switches.
Let's use some switches finally.
Which one you want to use? You want to go rear first?
First, let's lock up our rear and see if we can get ourselves out.
Okay, rear. Locked up.
See, that is the sound of a quality part.
That's
I
right.
know that boy just engaged.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that was it. That's amazing.
Wish ours engaged and disengaged
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
pretty cool.
Well, that's like the worst teeter you can do, and if they're gonna make it up that, look at the rear wheel right now.
Look at that, just up in there.
Engage the front locker now.
Oh man, you can feel it pulling.
Yeah, there is so much grip. There's no slip happening, and we're at the toughest part of this.
So many wheels off the ground
I
right
know.
now.
And we're going
it's not spinning at all.
no miles an hour.
And they made it up.
Sick.
I think it's a monster.
No loss of traction at all.
Didn't even matter. The only way this thing's getting stuck is if it ends up on its roof.
Let's go check out the Buff Horseshoe.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Buff,
That's not gonna stop
horseshoe. Buff, horseshoe.
Buff Horseshoe, Buff Horseshoe, Buff Horseshoe, Buff Horseshoe.
Can you tell? We've been in the shop for 3 weeks now.
It's no way to live.
All right, we got about halfway last time before we ran into a part where we really need a locker. Now we have a locker, it's hopefully engaged, and we'll be able to go. So let's see how far we get this time, shall we?
Ooh!
Yeah, they're probably gonna go locker on the whole way because engaging and disengaging is a little tricky. But one of the hardest parts of this horseshoe is the fact that you have to do a 180 while you do it, and these obstacles are really hardly wider than the truck. And having a locker engaged makes your turning radius a little bit worse, makes it a little tougher to turn. So while the locker is gonna help them climb over stuff, it might make it a little trickier for them to turn.
Left hand down, or right there is perfect. Keep coming. More. Good, go. Good.
That was close, dude. Nolan, you're like,
I could feel you guys going, oh, I'm like, I gotta.
dude, your tire's on that much.
Okay, here comes the tricky part.
And you're trying to rotate the truck like this, but you're so close to going off on both sides.
And as soon as you lose traction, it wants to go the opposite way because it wants to slide out the big gaps.
Keep it torqued. Keep it torqued.
Whoa.
Keep it torqued.
I always do.
Go.
Whoa! Little off track.
Well, I think we're DQ'd because we fell off, but I think we would have made it.
That was a driver mistake.
Yeah, mechanically, the car would have made it for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's not a competition, right?
I'm totally down to give it another try. I was just gonna say, the Buff Horseshoe is a competition.
Buff Horseshoe.
Let there be no mistakes.
There's no friends in the Buff Horseshoe except a spotter and a driver.
That's right.
More.
Yeah!
Perfect, dude, you f***ing rock. Go. Good, hold. Keep it torqued.
It looks like they're in the same spot as last time.
I'm just concerned about the angle on the rear here.
Don't worry about that.
Kind of seems like what they
should be worried about.
They're not gonna do the same exact thing again, right?
Go past it. Come on.
Oh.
More.
Whoa!
There you go.
I bonked my head right here.
Yeah, man, your rear
Yeah, I'm
end
all right.
bounced all the way up.
Yeah, that wasn't
both were
fun.
off the ground.
Second time getting pulled out today. Dude, if you get stuck, that just means you're No, I hate that phrase. If you're getting stuck, that just means you're sending.
We got this.
We got this.
So James is also going to be in control of them switches, so now he's got more to do in there. Like I said, we're just going to be turning our lockers on and off as we need them, so he'll be hitting some switches. Ooh. Okay, now stop there. Now hard left.
Look how much grip that front passenger side has. It's at an angle. James is on the brake, but it just holds.
Straight forward now, straight forward. Keep coming.
That counts. I'm gonna give it to him. That counts.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is our first tricky part. This might be a front locker situation. Come over the next one.
Engaging front locker.
Dude, this is like going Super Saiyan.
Wow, okay, stop. Engage the rear.
Engaging rear locker.
There we go.
Okay, stop. All right, so we need to reposition a little bit. Back up.
Does this count as another try?
I'm not off the course. This is a repo, which is something you guys should learn how to do.
God damn it.
That's the grip. That's win. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Come forward like that. Now more left. All the left you got.
This is the problem area.
That's where we were. Ooh.
Looks good. All the left and keep coming.
Oh, you're good. You're good, James. Yes.
You look good. All right, slow down, slow down.
There you go, James. You're good.
That's that front locker, dude.
All right, they just turned the front locker on. They're about to do this little hump right here. If we were in this position, I don't think we'd make it out. Uh-oh.
Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can screw this up.
No, he doesn't. They did the whole thing.
Exhausting, but really cool. Probably turned the lockers on and off like 15 times during that. Like turn the front off so I can turn easier, turn it back on when I get in trouble. And this is like one of the best car parts I've ever installed and used. It's amazing. So Nolan, does more expensive mean more better?
I don't really think so.
Are you insane?
Yes.
This show has broken you. I think in this case, 100%. 100, dude, you cannot deny more
Let's
expensive
suss it out.
equals
Let's
more
suss
better.
it out.
Okay, let's go over load truck.
Yes, the install went pretty smoothly. All we had to do was the rear end. I'm really in love with the performance of this truck. Engagement-wise, it is a little finicky, but that's just the nature of these e-lockers. There is a physical pin that has to drop in and out of place, so that's just how it is. Sometimes you gotta rock it. You gotta rock that truck, baby. But once it locks, it's like a whole new vehicle, really.
If the truck is a rockin', that diff is a lockin'.
Nice.
Again, yours was in our truck and it was great. But not as great as the rear and front air lockers that we installed on High Truck. Yes, they cost $4,000. Yes, the install almost killed everybody involved. Yeah, what in the f***ing we had to deal with Backlash and take the pumpkin apart 1,700 times and put it back together. But these things are the biggest difference I've ever felt in an aftermarket part that I've installed on a vehicle. They engage instantly, there's no rocking.
I have no idea how that works.
And I swear, it felt like the truck was walking on its hands. It felt like I'm like literally facing the ground and the truck is just like, like climbing out of a pool.
Amazing.
More traction means more action.
Dude, with the freaking catchphrases today, man.
Plus, the fact that air lockers require an onboard air compressor to engage means that we have an air compressor on our truck, so when we have to air down our tires, we can easily air them back up, inflate balloons.
That would be cool. Let's do that. If it was my truck and my money, I think I would go with Low Truck's e-locker. It doesn't make it a rock crawler like High Truck, but you get a lot of capability out of these vehicles with just the locked rear end.
100%. I think I would go with the front and rear air lockers. I don't think I can get stuck in any situation.
So yeah.
It's truly a badass thing.
The takeaway for me from this episode is if I'm gonna get into off-roading, I'm buying a truck with a locking rear differential. That's a must-have. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of High Low. Really fun one.
Really, really fun one. They're only gonna get more fun from here. To make sure you don't miss anything, hit that subscribe button. If you wanna help us hack the algorithm and perform better on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button. I love you.
Be kind.
See you next time.